The Yoruba of Nigeria are one of the largest ethnic groups in Africa with a population of over 40 million people spread across Nigeria, Benin and Togo. The Yoruba people are known for their rich culture, traditions and beliefs which have been passed down from generation to generation for centuries. As mentioned earlier, the Yoruba are one of the largest ethnic groups in Nigeria and they make up about 21% of the country's total population. They can be found mainly in the southwestern part of Nigeria as well as in neighboring countries such as Benin and Togo. The Yoruba people have a unique naming ceremony that is an integral part of their culture. When a baby is born, they are not given a name immediately. The Yoruba people have a diverse cuisine that is full of flavor and variety. Some of the most popular Yoruba foods include umla. The Yoruba people traditionally follow a religion that is based on the worship of a supreme being called Olodumare. The Yoruba people have a rich tradition of proverbs that are used to convey wisdom, moral lessons, and cultural values. Here are some of the top Yoruba proverbs you should know along with their meanings. In traditional Yoruba religion, Orisha play a central role as intermediaries between humans and the supreme being. Yoruba weddings are known for their vibrant celebrations and rich cultural traditions. The Yoruba language is a tonal language spoken by over 40 million people in Nigeria, Benin and Togo. Yoruba culture is unique in many ways, but here are a few of its most defining characteristics. The Yoruba people have a rich artistic heritage and are known for their skills in weaving, pottery, wood carving and metalwork. The Egungun festival is one of the most important festivals in the Yoruba culture. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our latest videos. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have any interesting facts about the Yoruba people that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. It is a celebration of the annual return of the souls of the ancestors to the physical world. The festival typically takes place once a year and lasts for several days. During the festival, the Yoruba people perform various rituals and ceremonies to honor their ancestors and seek their blessings. One of the most spectacular aspects of the Egungun festival is the procession of the masked dancers. The masks used in the dance are elaborate and often depict ancestral spirits. The dancers move in a trance-like state and are believed to be possessed by the spirits of their ancestors. The Egungun festival is not only a celebration of the ancestors, but also a way to connect with them and seek their guidance and protection. It is a time for the living to pay homage to those who have passed on and to renew their cultural identity. Their traditional art forms often reflect their cultural values and beliefs and serve as a way to preserve their heritage. The Yoruba people have a strong sense of community and social responsibility. They have a system of elders who provide guidance and leadership to younger members of the community, and they have a tradition of communal decision-making. The Yoruba people are also known for their hospitality and their ability to adapt to new environments while maintaining their cultural identity. They have a long history of trade and migration, which has allowed them to interact with other cultures and learn from their experiences. It is one of the three major languages of Nigeria and is the official language of Osun State and Ekiti State. The Yoruba people have a rich tradition of mythology and legends that serve as a foundation for their religious beliefs and cultural practices. Some of the most famous Yoruba myths and legends include the story of how the world was created by Obatala, the goddess of creation, and the story of Sango, the god of thunder and lightning. These myths and legends are often passed down through generations and are used to teach moral lessons and preserve cultural values. The Yoruba people also have a tradition of epic poetry, which recounts the deeds of legendary heroes and heroines. These epics are not only a source of entertainment, but also a way to celebrate the achievements of the Yoruba people and their ancestors. The Yoruba language has a complex structure with a rich vocabulary and a variety of dialects. It is also a highly tonal language, meaning that the meaning of a word can change depending on the tone in which it is spoken. The Yoruba language has a significant literary tradition with a long history of oral storytelling and poetry. Many traditional Yoruba stories and myths have been passed down through generations and have been adapted into modern literature. The Yoruba language has also been used in contemporary literature, music and film. The festivities typically last for several days and include a variety of events and ceremonies. One of the most important aspects of a Yoruba wedding is the traditional engagement ceremony known as the Oro ceremony. During this ceremony, the groom's family visits the bride's family to formally ask for her hand in marriage. If the bride's family agrees, a date for the wedding is set and preparations begin. The wedding ceremony itself is usually a religious event that takes place at a church or mosque. After the ceremony, there is a reception where friends and family come together to celebrate the newly married couple. Yoruba weddings are known for their colorful attire, lively music and dancing, as well as the exchange of gifts and food. It is a time for the community to come together and celebrate the union of two people in love. Each Orisha represents a particular aspect of nature or human life and has its own unique powers, attributes, and followers. Some of the most important Orisha include Shango, the god of thunder and lightning, Ogun, the god of iron and war, and Obatala, the goddess of creation. Yoruba people often consult with priests and priestesses to gain favor from the Orisha and seek their blessings. Age ko to be low kananaya mari, which means wealth does not bring one to tears. To be successful is not always easy, so do not cry when you get there. Inu omo, eni kananaya mapa, which means if a child washes his hands, he can eat with the elders. A proverb highlighting the importance of education and how it can elevate one's status in society. Eni de bap lomo, a kienai iron, which means he who wants to eat with his wife must not enter through the door. You can achieve your goals without necessarily following the conventional path. Oran rienai waju, which means heaven is in front. No matter how difficult things may seem, always keep hope alive as there is always something better waiting ahead. This religion is known as traditional Yoruba religion or Ifa religion. It is a polytheistic religion that involves the worship of various gods and goddesses, as well as the veneration of ancestors. The religion has a strong emphasis on divination and rituals, and practitioners often consult with priests and priestesses to seek guidance and protection. However, with the introduction of Christianity and Islam to the Yoruba people, there has been a significant decline in the practice of traditional religions. Despite this, a large number of Yoruba people still practice a syncretic form of Christianity that incorporates some elements of traditional Yoruba religion. This form of Christianity is known as African initiated churches, which is a pounded yam dish that is served with a vegetable or meat stew. Fufu, which is a boiled cassava and yam dish that is often served with soups or stews. The Yoruba people have a rich tradition of drumming and music that is deeply ingrained in their culture. Music is an integral part of Yoruba culture and is used to accompany various social and religious events. Traditional Yoruba music is characterized by its use of percussion instruments, including drums, as well as instruments such as the flute, xylophone and harp. The music often tells stories, conveys messages and celebrates important occasions. Pounded rice, which is a dish made from parboiled rice that is ground and pounded into a soft, smooth ball. Jollof rice, which is a popular rice dish made with tomatoes, peppers, onions and spices and is often served with chicken or fish. Ofada sauce, which is a traditional Yoruba sauce made with palm oil, peppers and spices and is often served with rice or amla. Instead, the baby's name is given to them during a ceremony that usually takes place 8 days after the birth. The purpose of this ceremony is to welcome the baby into the community and to give them a name that reflects their unique qualities. During the naming ceremony, a family member or an elder in the community will choose a name for the baby based on their gender, appearance, birth circumstances, or other factors. For boys, names like Babadibo, Adelai, and Adebayo are popular. And for girls, names like Adeola, Abisola, and Oluwatoyin are common. The name is then announced and the baby is given that name for life. According to legend, the Yoruba people migrated from Ile-Ife in present-day Osun State to their current locations many centuries ago. The Yoruba people have a unique tradition of putting tribal marks on their bodies, particularly on the face. These marks are not just decorative, but they have deep cultural and historical significance. Typically, the marks are made by scarification, which is a process of cutting or burning the skin to create raised scars. Different marks have different meanings and can signify things like a person's origin, social status, or even their personal achievements. For example, some marks are specific to certain families or clans, while others indicate that a person has undergone a particular rite of passage. Some marks are also believed to have protective powers, warding off evil spirits or bringing good luck. The most common Yoruba tribal mark is known as the Ganiat mark, which is a horizontal line that is placed on the face. In this video, we'll be discussing 15 things you need to know about the Yoruba of Nigeria. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show. The Yoruba people have a rich tradition of clothing that reflects their cultural values and beliefs. Traditional Yoruba clothing is typically made from hand-woven fabrics such as aso oak, which is a type of cloth made from cotton or linen. Men typically wear a long white robe known as buba, which is paired with a wrapper around the waist called an iro. Women typically wear a wraparound dress known as an ankara, which can be made from various types of fabric including lace, damask and ankara wax print. The Yoruba people also have a unique style of head tie known as a gele, which is worn by both men and women. Gele can be made from various types of fabric and are often used to complement traditional Yoruba attire. Who are the Yoruba? Yoruba traditional clothing. Yoruba kings and royalty. The Yoruba people have a strong tradition of kingship and royalty, and their kings are highly respected members of their communities. In fact, the Yoruba people believe that their kings are not just leaders, but are also intermediaries between the spiritual and physical realms. This means that their kings are seen as having a special connection to the gods and ancestors. And they are responsible for ensuring that their people live in harmony with the spiritual world. Yoruba kings are typically addressed as Oba, and they wear elaborate regalia that symbolize their power and authority. These regalia often include beaded necklaces, bracelets, and crowns made from gold or other precious metals. The most important of these is the crown, which is known as the Adara. The Adara is not just a symbol of the king's power, but it is also believed to be a source of that power. It is typically made from gold or silver and is decorated with precious stones and beads. The king's wives also play an important role in Yoruba culture, and they are known as Aya. Each wife has a specific role to play in the kingdom, and they are often responsible for managing certain aspects of the king's court. Yoruba naming ceremony explained. The meaning behind Yoruba tribal marks. Popular Yoruba foods you should try. Traditional religion versus Christianity. Top Yoruba proverbs and their meanings. Yoruba drumming and music culture. The role of Orisha in Yoruba beliefs. How Yoruba celebrate weddings. What makes Yoruba culture unique? Yoruba myths and legends. Yoruba festival, Egungun explained. Thank you for watching.